Live from Dunning Stadium on the campus of New Canaan High School, it's the 2024 CIAC quarterfinals between the Rams of New Canaan and the Cardinals of Greenwich High School. Myself, PJ Neville, alongside me, Brendan Bailey, bringing you guys through today's contest. And Brendan, these two teams met earlier in the season, which it was a really close game through the first about 7/8 of that one. Then about the last half of that last quarter, New Canaan really pulled away in that 9-4 win. Who are you looking out for the Greenwich Cardinals to get this one done?
Absolutely, and that last game was a good one. Sort of came down to the wire before New Canaan ended up pulling away. I think today, for Greenwich, in order for them to get their little bit of a revenge game today, I would expect Colin Zeller to really step up. He's been the star for the Cardinals all year long, a Yale commit. He was all FCIAC first team, got those honors recently, and I expect him to really play well if Greenwich is going to have a chance against New Canaan here.
Yeah, and that game, right, that one was in the rain. It was wet, rainy, and cold. And the Rams, it was kind of an uncharacteristic game from them. There was a lot of errant passes, but today, it's bright, it's sunny, it's a nice, warm, early, late May, early June day, something that you'd expect for playoff lacrosse. And for the Rams, who are you looking for to get it done, just from their side?
Yeah, and it is a beautiful day for some quarterfinals today. And for the Rams, I would expect some of the middies to step up. I believe Colin Finnegan is going to be playing some attack today, who's played midi throughout most of the season. So in that case, that means that other midfielders will have to step up. I expect Cole Campese to take on more of a dodging role today. And Luke Reed, Henry Laddick, those guys are really going to have to step up and sort of produce some of those offensive chances that the Rams have been able to get all year long.
So now we are going to send it down to the field for player introductions and the national anthem very shortly.
Our administration, athletics director, Brewster Club, coaches and players, welcome you to the quarterfinals.
Back live, nearing the opening face-off of this quarterfinal matchup between the Rams and the Cardinals. And Brendan, one thing we didn't go over in the open that is definitely going to be a very impactful, spot on the field today is going to be that face-off dot. Last time, Lane Critchell, the Greenwich Fogo, he's a very talented player, and he did give JT O'Neal a run for his money, but O'Neal really dominated in that last game. Obviously, the conditions not the best in that one, and could have definitely, this sunny weather could help Critchell, but, what are you looking out for at that face-off dot to play a factor today?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and it seems like all season long, JT O'Neal has been more or less dominant, but in the games where he's struggled a little bit or he's had competitors that have really challenged him, that seems like it's the times when the Rams struggle, which of course makes sense when it's harder to gain possession, when that makes it harder to go on runs and harder to kind of climb back out of deficits that you might be in early in the game. So I think if the Rams really want to open this game up strong and sort of dominate this game, JT O'Neal is going to have one of his better performances of the year so far, I guess.
Yeah, and O'Neal, he had that one FCIAC semifinal game. Definitely wasn't his best, and probably the Rams' worst game of the year by far. Obviously, that loss kicked him out of the FCIAC tournament, and now they're still looking for revenge in the state tournament, looking to get their first championship for all of these players on the team, either FCIAC or state. So it's going to be a big game today to see if they could get back to the state semifinal, a spot that they made it to last year.
It's absolutely right. And by the way, the team that New Canaan lost to in the semifinals in the FCIAC, Staples, just lost earlier today to Ridgefield in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. So that's an interesting thing to look out for.
Yeah, two-time reigning state champions. As that one won by Greenwich, picked up, it's going to be Kim. He'll give it back to Amaro. Now Greenwich looks to clear this one all the way up the field. Going to have a tough time against this aggressive New Canaan ride. He's got Teddy Johnson in the middle of the field. Johnson, he caught the ball, nearly got it over the midline, but just as he was doing it, that's going to be a failure to advance. Garcia's going to pick it up for New Canaan, give it down to Finnegan, and the Rams will go to work on the offensive end first. Colin Finnegan behind to Max Lowe. Lowe across in the alley now with Doster Kroll. Kroll up top to Henry Laddick.
And now we're seeing this first line midi crew in here. Finnegan, as I said, playing some attack. You have Cole Campese, Luke Reed, and Henry Laddick in here. We'll see what this starting offensive set can do for the Rams.
So the Rams going to run Kroll up top, being defended by the sophomore Teddy Johnson. Big matchup for Johnson, as Kroll's going to throw it behind to Max Lowe. Lowe dodging from X, puts it in his left, back to his right. Will swing it across to Luke Reed. Reed down the alley, his shot saved by Amaro. Great save, got trickled out. And the ball still loose on the ground, picked up by Campese. He'll take it behind, pass it off to Max Lowe. Lowe trying to get top side, will give it up to Doster Kroll. Kroll takes a screen from Laddick. The shot and goal. Doster Kroll opens up the scoring for the Rams, drawing first blood in this one with a nice righty rip after getting topside.
Yeah, beautiful take for the Rams there. And if you see that, it was really Henry Laddick that was able to get that separation for Doster. And it wasn't a huge screen, like there wasn't a lot of contact necessarily, but just a little bit of a bump on Johnson, I believe it was. A little bit of a bump puts him a step behind, and that's all that Doster Kroll needs to bury that shot into the bottom left corner.
So Kroll gets the first of the day for either team, and the Rams take the early lead here. As ball loose on the ground will be picked up by Hunter Merritt, the LSM. Now Bowden Farmer taking it, getting in touch. Greenwich looks to settle it down on the offensive end here. Colin Zeller, the Yale commit, defended by Will Hayes. Hayes had his number in the first matchup. Obviously, these two being teammates in the summer on their Eclipse team. So each of them knows each other's tendencies, and that'll be an interesting matchup today. As Brescia has it up top. Or sorry, that's Jimmy Flynn, actually. My apologies. Now they'll swing it behind. Stevens on Berkey. Up top to Jake Duda. Duda gets past Ireland and rips a shot way high of the cage. It'll be Brescia back there to pick it up for the Cardinals. Mike Brescia being defended by Gray Tomasco. Tomasco inactive in that last matchup against Greenwich. Another big key to this Rams team, as Leiden made a great save, had an outlet pass to Ireland. Ireland couldn't control it. And now it's going to be Flynn who takes it in and gets the offense back settled for Greenwich.
And Greenwich just had two solid looks so far. Duda had a nice dodge, and then also that pass up top. You got two good looks there on that first possession. Promising look for this Greenwich offense.
Down low, across, out in front. Great look there for Dean Kim. As Tomasco taking it through the middle of the field. He lost the ball. And now back picked up by Weeksner. Weeksner takes it into the offensive zone, dumps it off to Duda. Across now to Kim, Dean Kim. The Rams, just too many careless turnovers here to start this first half. Zeller will settle it down.
Yeah, you're exactly right. A few ugly turnovers on these clears for the Rams. Not at all what you're looking for to kick off of this quarterfinal game.
Duda with the ball here. Up top to Bowden Farmer. And just for you fans at home, we're having a little bit of trouble with our scoreboard graphic. It should be up in about a minute or two, so stick with us here at NCTV. Your score is currently 1-0 in favor of the New Canaan Rams with 7:40 left to go in this first quarter. It's going to be Zeller with a toe drag. Gets held up by Hayes. Ball loose on the ground. Picked up by Ireland. You'll find Leiden out in transition. Leiden can't handle it, and Johnson will pick it up. So another careless turnover for New Canaan on the clear.
Now there's a flag down.
Zeller rips a shot, eats the stick of Garcia, it looked like. Garcia will win the chase, but New Canaan's going to go man down.
And this kind of sloppiness from the Rams defense is something that you don't often see. They've been great all year, and so far in this one, they've had a few rough turnovers. They've given Greenwich a bunch of good looks. So we'll see if the New Canaan D is able to turn it around a little bit and give their offense some more opportunities.
So the Rams get Braden Roby and Jackson Roeder along with Will Sullivan in for the man down unit in the place of Bryce Leiden, Will Hayes, and then the two D mids for New Canaan. Now it's going to be Zeller up top. This penalty is a minute long. So Greenwich with an opportunity to even this one up as they give it up top to Brescia. Across down low now with Borelli back up top to Brescia. Tomasco gives him a couple of slaps. Now he gets Sullivan out on him. Up top with Dean Kim. Across to Zeller.
20 seconds left in this penalty. The Rams have done a good job being fundamentally sound on this man down thus far.
So Dean Kim will look inside, and a great save by Leiden off of the shot from Conrad Berkey. Now Jackson Roeder wheeling it up the field. Good move by Roeder to get past the defender. He'll dump it off to Sullivan. As Will Sullivan sends it down to Colin Finnegan.
Great play from Roeder there, and there's a reason I really love this man down lineup for the Rams. You're able to see the depth of this defense. Of course, their starters have been phenomenal all season, but they also have the depth in the people like Jackson Roeder, Ryan Leahy, that sit on the bench for most of the game, but in these man down looks, they're able to get some opportunity to shine, and Jackson Roeder just had a great job there.
Finnegan trying to dodge on Farmer. He'll give it behind to Max Lowe. Up top now with Henry Laddick. Laddick dodging on the short stick. Will pull it out. Give it to Luke Reed. Luke Reed with the long stick matchup of Merritt. Hunter Merritt. And Reed shot straight to the stick of Alana Morrow. Greenwich will go to work on the clear. That's going to be number 20, Lucas Marks, who will take it through the middle of the field. Get it over the midline. Campese, oh, nice wrap check by Campese there. Now Roby looks to clear it for the Rams. Braden Roby through the midfield up to Campese.
And Cole Campese is an offensive midi, but I feel like all year long, whenever he's quote-unquote stuck on defense, it doesn't really feel like he's stuck on defense, and he's able to hold his own against on the defensive side of the ball, and he proves it again there with a great wrap check and causes a turnover.
So now for the Rams, you've got Matt Reed out there, his first minutes of the game, the freshman, seeing a big increase down the final stretch this season. Campese with a nice dodge on Farmer, and his shot just wide. Doster Kroll will be back there to maintain possession for New Canaan, as he'll now look to dodge from X on Teddy Johnson. Now to Max Lowe out in front, and Lowe buries that one off the quick stick by Max Lowe. Rams go up 2-0 with 4:12 left in this first quarter.
Wow, and that just looked like the defense was almost asleep there for a second. Max Lowe was able to creep around the crease, and Doster Cole found him for a pretty easy goal for Max Lowe there.
Lowe was just able to get his defender caught up on the far side of the goal. He was getting ready for the slide, and then Lowe was sitting there wide open right on the mouth, and able to bury it was Max Lowe. New Canaan goes up 2-0. Now it'll be once again Lane Critchell and JT O'Neill.
And he's done a good job so far making scrums. Not this time. JT O'Neill wins it cleanly.
O'Neill with the clean face-off win out in front, had a 4-on-3 break, didn't decide to take it, and he'll settle it down with Finnegan. Off to Doster Kroll. Kroll defended by Weeksner here. As now a nice pass out in front of Max Lowe with his second on the day. Max Lowe with the cut and the goal for New Canaan. And they go up 3-0 now. Their second goal in about 20 seconds. Some quick offense for the Rams. Difference maker in this one.
Yeah, just a beautiful feed from Dr. Kroll there. He's really showing off his playmaking abilities early in this one. He's got 2 assists in the goal already with just under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter.
So now, once again, it will be Lane Critchell against JT O'Neill. Critchell's got to have this one to get some offensive opportunities for Greenwich. They've had some good looks off of a lot of really squandered clears by the Rams. As now JT O'Neill wins that one. Will take it into the offensive zone. Behind to Max Lowe.
And this is where the Rams start to get dangerous. Their offense is converting, and JT O'Neill is winning faceoff, so it's just possession after possession.
Doster Kroll out in front. Tried to sneak that one by Amaro, but just a good save by Amaro. Luckily for the Rams, they will maintain possession off the chase from Max Lowe. Now into the game at midfield. You typically see him at attack. It's going to be Rogan Lowe. And great offensive threat for New Canaan.
Yeah, I'd expect that this makes some matchup issues for Greenwich. Having Rogan Lowe, who's typically an attackman with a short stick on him.
As Max Lowe with the wraparound, his shot goes wide, and Kroll will be there to chase. Doster Kroll will restart this one, defended by Teddy Johnson. As the Rams have Rogan Lowe at X with the short stick on him. Bad pass. Was looking for Scanziano, cutting through. That one goes out of play. And Johnson will look to clear this one for the Cardinals. As a long pass from Johnson finds Bowden Farmer. He had a little bit of a break, didn't decide to take it. With Ireland getting there quickly. He'll give it up top to Zeller and settle down their offense. Now Hayes playing out, looked for an ice pick check on Zeller. Zeller steps in and his shot goes wide, will stay with Greenwich off of the chase from Conrad Berkey. Stevens defending on Berkey as he'll swing it up top to Jimmy Flynn. Flynn with a lot of room down low if he wants to take a dodge on Liam Ireland. Flynn puts it in his left, fakes the rollback, now does so. He's got a wide open look, and Jimmy Flynn buries it for the Cardinals. Greenwich with their first goal of the game and cut the Ram lead down to 2.
Great take from James Flynn there. He was able to, or Jimmy Flynn, excuse me. He was able to make Ireland lunge a little bit, over pursue him, and then he had the rollback open, and then there was really no one there to slide. It was about 10 yards, wide open shot. Tough to save if you're Camelot. Great take there from Jimmy Flynn.
So your score is now 3-1 with 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter. New Canaan in the lead, and it's really been a large due in part to this face-off dot here. JT O'Neill playing well throughout this game, but not that time as Lane Critchell wins that one. Will pick it up and try to take it into the offensive zone. Nice spin move on Will Hayes. Referees blow the whistle. It'll be a timeout for Coach Bobby Lutz and the Greenwich Cardinals, looking to settle down the offense and maybe cut this Ram lead down to 1.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a 3-1 ball game right now, and you can't be feeling too bad if you're a Greenwich fan. You got the ball here, and minute 48 left in this quarter. If you're able to put one in before this first quarter ends, you're definitely in a really good spot. So we'll see what the coach draws up here in the Greenwich huddle, and we'll see what they can do to end this first quarter.
So we will take just a little bit of a break and be back to you very shortly after this timeout.
For the Northeast region. Congratulations, Devin Russell.
Ask if the scoreboard's back. Tell him to count us off. Tell him to count us off, so we know when to start.
Yes, he did. He got in.
Oh, you have to log in.
He had struck out in his previous 2 at-bats. I don't think he's struck out twice all year. Didn't get a no-hit. Unlike the girls did get no-hit. Cheshire. Yeah, that's not a surprise. They did, yeah. But Cheshire's in another...
So now it'll be Dean Kim restarting this one. Bryce Leiden getting aggressive on him. Leiden playing really far out on him. Good slide by Stevens. But Dean Kim somehow able to get by that one. Now it'll be up top with Zeller across to Brescia. Like Brescia to Berkey. Now with Flynn. Flynn with the lone goal for the Cardinals. Defended by Cooper Smith. We'll send it down behind to Jake Duda. Duda defended by Garcia. Garcia doesn't decide to go to X with him. Instead, he'll stay above GLE, and Duda's pass across to Kim. Kim looked for a pass out in front. That one hit the stick of Stevens. Now the Rams get in the offensive zone off a great clear from Cooper Smith. Now Doster Kroll will take it out in the alley, defended by Weeksner. Kroll holding this one.
30 seconds left in this first quarter. I expect the Rams to sort of hold it to get the last shot here. See what they can do.
So it'll be Kroll up top with Kim staying right in stride with him. The Quinnipiac commit. Now out inside, Max Lowe. Ooh, nearly had that look. Now Finnegan fakes a pass with 10 seconds. Look across to Doster Kroll. Great save by Amaro. That one loose on the ground will be picked up by Teddy Johnson. He's just going to send that one down the field. And that will do it for your first quarter live from Dunning Stadium. Your score at the end of 1, New Canaan 3, Greenwich 1 for the CIAC quarterfinals. New Canaan playing well on the offensive and defensive end. It's really been those clears that are kind of holding them back, Brendan.
Yeah, absolutely right. And although they weren't able to convert at the end of that first quarter, that was a good look for the Rams. Max Lowe made a great pass to Finnegan, and then one more to Dr. Kroll, who just wasn't able to convert. But this offense for the Rams has not been bad. 3 goals in the first quarter, and they've been able to generate some really good looks. So we'll see how Greenwich is able to rebound going into the second quarter.
So as it stands, New Canaan 3, Greenwich 1. And, just giving you guys a little bit of an overlook for the whole state tournament, right? The reigning 2-time state champs, current FCIAC champion this year, and Staples, they got bounced today, facing off against Ridgefield. And then, Darien playing a very good game against a very good Wilton team. They were able to knock them out too. Very big competitors. The winner of this one will play the winner of that Darien and Wilton game, which was Darien. So that'll be definitely interesting matchup, especially if New Canaan comes out on top in this one, right? A rivalry matchup. That one, a lot of people love to see that. I mean, when was the last time these two teams met in the state playoff game? I think it's got to go back to at least 2019 or 2018. So now the Rams with their players out on the field. Greenwich sending them out right now. JT O'Neill versus Lane Critchell at the face-off dot. Once again, very interesting matchup. O'Neill recently named to the All-FCIAC first team. Very big accomplishment for him. The Army commit has done a great job stepping up in a big role for the Rams this season. As he wins that one, Garcia nearly had the ground ball. Still loose. O'Neill got pushed over, and it's going to be Critchell who picks it up.
Nice play by Bowden Farmer there. Able to knock O'Neill over and allow the Cardinals to get that ground ball.
So Brescia will have it, defended by Tomasco. Now up top to Bowden Farmer. Farmer to Zeller. Colin Zeller goes to work on the offense. Now to Berkey. Berkey down low to Kim. Duda across to Brescia. Greenwich just working in this open set right now. So Flynn rolls back on Garcia. Now out in front, Brescia shot saved by Leiden.
And Leiden's made a bunch of great saves so far in this one. And there's another one right there. Able to basically do the splits and make the save.
Cam Leiden sends it up to his brother Bryce. As we have a timeout from Coach Chip Buzzio and his coaching staff. Off of the clear for New Canaan, we're going to take a look at some first quarter highlights here. brought to us by our great NCTV crew. Starting off, we've got the New Canaan defensive stand on that man down look. Jackson Roeder had that good clear there. And then a great save by Amaro off the save from Luke Reed. Now out in front, Max Lowe. He got that bouncer off of a great feed by Doster Kroll. That one, Jimmy Flynn's goal against Cam Lyden, the lone goal for the Cardinals today. It's Finnegan, and that one looks across to Doster Kroll. Great save by Amaro. Those are your first half highlights. Currently, it's 3-1 in favor of the Rams. Canaan, the number 3 seed in this state tournament, Greenwich number 6. And a lot of people anticipated New Canaan to be a number 2, right? Obviously, Fairfield Prep, pretty much everyone had them at 1. And then Darien being 2 due to the new laxnumbers.com rankings. Obviously, New Canaan and Darien, 2 very close teams in skill and experience, really everything. So, those 2 programs kind of interchangeable. But Darien, played a very tough schedule this year, which really was a difference maker. They played a lot of good teams and lost a lot of, good matchups, right? Brunswick, St. Anthony, Chaminade, just to name a few. But a lot of people were mad because New Canaan did beat that Darien team that they thought should have been the difference maker. As Luke Reed will send it over to Max Lowe. Lowe will take it behind. Kroll trying to break free from the short stick. I think that's number 20, Lucas Marks, as Max Lowe tripped up, and his shot from on his knees, it looked like, just barely misses.
Impressive shot from Max Lowe there, and pretty smart play too, because that allows New Canaan to maintain possession.
Doster Kroll will send it across to Henry Laddick. Now up top with Campese. And Brendan, that one reminded me of your cousin Quentin O'Connell in that FCIAC championship game versus Wilton a couple years back. Shot from his knees. As now Kroll looking to dodge on Marks. Doster Kroll gets top side. Looks down low to Finnegan. Finnegan nearly had it. But that one picked up by Amaro.
And I don't hate that look from Dr. Kroll there. Finnegan was open for a second. That skip pass was available, and it just wasn't able to connect.
As Amaro being swarmed by Kroll. As the flag flies, that one's going to be, I think, a slash on Kroll. Goes all the way out of bounds on the opposite end line. And New Canaan will go man down here. Doster Kroll off to the box. The Rams man down unit comes out onto the field. It'll be Sullivan once again with Roeder, Roby, Camasco, and Stevens as your polls. Meanwhile, for Greenwich, you've got Dean Kim, Colin Zeller, Bowden Farmer, Mike Brescia, Andrew Borelli, and number 12, Conrad Berkey.
And I think this is an example of when as Tomasco's pressing out on Zeller there. But I think that this is where Greenwich can start to try to get Zeller a little bit more involved. When it's settled offense, Will Hayes has been guarding Zeller, and that's really hard to have a star player like him get going. So this man-up opportunity, I wouldn't be surprised if they look at him.
As the pass down low, Bowden Farmer puts it through the 5-hole of Cam Lyden off the great assist from his knees from Conrad Berkey. And the Cardinals cut the Ram lead down to just 1 off the man-up look.
Yeah, what a play from Berkey there. Looked like it was a bounce pass to Farmer, who was wide open on the crease, and he's able to finish. Just a sophomore, and he's been a two-way midi all year, and he's showing why he gets so much playing time for these Greenwich Cardinals.
So we take another look at that one, right? It's really just, it was the 2 Rams defenders that were playing the bottom kind of corners. They both came up to Berkey while he was on his knees, trying to force a turnover. And that left Farmer wide open on the mouth of the goal. And he was able to bury that one. As Farmer gets that one there, we'll pass it off to Brescia. As he'll retreat. retreat. Give it off to Zeller. Colin Zeller to Duda. Back to Zeller. Now with Brescia being defended by Tomasco. The Richmond commit. Up top, Jimmy Flynn. Defended by Thomas Garcia. Flynn's pass across to Brescia. Had a look, gave it back off to Flynn. Good slide comes from Leiden. The double team stays. They look off to Brescia. Rams with a little bit of unsettled defense here. Good communication led to them being able to settle that one back down. As Duda has it behind at X across to Dean Kim. 2 short sticks defending at X for the Rams. Both playing above goal line extended. Cooper Smith allowing Duda to make a move, look for a pass if he wants to. He'll spin. Good slide comes from Stevens. And that's the reason why he's an All-American, playing in the senior All-American games. Dylan Stevens with a great slide, dislodges that ball. And Cooper Smith will take it, slipped up behind that X. Duda sticking with him. Give it off to Finnegan. And New Canaan settles it down. Cole Campese to Henry Laddick. Flynn got stuck on the defensive end. As it looks like Greenwich trying to lock off Doster Kroll with number 20, Lucas Marks. As Kroll sets a screen for Laddick. The pass not completely handled by Campese. He will, though, pick it up. Still have it with the long stick of Adam Kim defending. Now behind to Max Lowe. Lowe sends it back to Campese. Cole Campese takes a screen from Laddick. Take it into the alley, back behind with Laddick. To Campese. Campese fakes the shot. Now with his left, great save by Amaro. Not the best shot from New Canaan. As Campese shot that one basically, right in line with the goal. But a bad pass leads to Kroll getting that one out in front. Doster Kroll gets it to go. Doster Kroll with the great play off of the ride. And he makes a move, buries that one out in front. And New Canaan increases their lead to 2.
Doster Kroll, have yourself a day. I believe he scored or assisted every single one of New Canaan's goals so far. The offense has been running through him, and it's been working so far as he's able to, we see the replay there, go underneath, open up, and finish as the goalie was not in position on that ride back.
And that's what that ride can do for you if you're New Canaan, right? Just being able to create some turnovers. As that one, a jump from Lane Critchell will go to New Canaan. JT O'Neill will pick it up. Send it back to Rogan Lowe. Lowe will take it behind to X, give it to his brother Max Lowe. Now with Finnegan. Colin Finnegan. No defender came out to play him. Finally, Weeksner does. As he'll give it back off to Lowe. Max Lowe with the short stick of Bowden Farmer defending. Gets it off to Doster Kroll.
Now the 2 short sticks on the field are on 2 attackmen, Max Lowe and Doster Kroll. So we'll see what they'll be able to do.
As Lowe got his stick lifted, was able to get away from it. And Finnegan with the sidearm pass to Laddick. Laddick's shot goes wide. Matt Reed back there to pick it up for New Canaan. As Doster Kroll will come and pick it up.
Yeah, smart play from Kroll there. He knows he has the short stick that's face guarding him. Picking it up off the end line is going to be a good opportunity to get the ball in this stick.
Oh, great find out to Rogan Lowe. Flag flies as Lowe on the cut. It was a great look for New Canaan. I think that's going to be
huge
a
hit
cross
there
check against New Canaan. Against Greenwich. And New Canaan will go man up. That was a huge hit on Lowe.
1 minute. Cross check.
Yeah, huge hit there from Critchell. The LSM sent Rogan low, airborne, and the penalty was called.
So now the Rams with a minute-long penalty to go to work. Cole Campese behind, off to Doster Kroll. Kroll flips it to Laddick. Now with Campese across to Lowe. Finnegan to Kroll. Kroll shot wide. And Max Lowe able to be back there to retain possession for New Canaan. Good opportunity for Kroll. As Lowe will give it behind to Laddick. Back to Lowe. Campese stepping in. Off to Kroll. Now inside. Oh, Laddick had an opportunity. And Finnegan stings that one. Top shelf. Colin Finnegan with the goal. And the Rams extend their lead back to 3. Off of a great shot by Finnegan.
Absolute rip there from Colin Finnegan. I mean, I don't know if you can get a shot that gets much closer to the top left corner than that one was right there. We see the replay. Laddick's able to kick it off. He goes high to high, top left. Goalie barely stood a chance there.
So Finnegan, an energizer for this Rams team. You know, whether it's in a game or on the practice field, right? A captain. He's a real good leader, not just in his words, but in his actions, as he shows there with the goal for New Canaan. Is that one a push on Critchell?
Interesting to see New Canaan double pull that face-off, meaning Bryce Lyden stepped up to the midline there, and Thomas Garcia started off at base D, so that there was 2 long pulls on the face-off. Interesting look for the Rams.
So Finnegan will send that one over to Max Lowe. Lowe up top to Scanziano. Jack Scanziano looks to Matt Reed. Reed, just a freshman. Like I said earlier, seeing a big increase in playing time down this final stretch. Great development from Reed this year. But a bad pass to Kroll. That one's going over and back. And Brescia will have to pick it up. Restart it near the midline as Farmer goes flying down the field. Good 4-on-3 break, but a better check from Stevens as that one goes out of bounds. Dean Kim dove out for that one, lost his stick on the dive. And it didn't even matter because New Canaan got possession.
Yeah, and Stevens has been great all game long. As you said, he was honored with the All-American, Nike All-American game. And so far, he's been showing why. He's been great all season. He's been great this game as well.
And really, he's been great, you know, his whole high school career, being a starter in just his second game as a freshman at close D. And ever since, he's been a real leader for this program. Obviously, you know, not being able to play last year hurt not just him, but really this whole team. Now he's back out here for one last run for New Canaan.
That's right, and this will be these New Canaan seniors' last home game of their lacrosse careers. Might be a little bit melancholy for them, but there'll be time to look back later, and it's time to handle business for today.
So Luke Reed will have it up top, looking to dodge on Bowden Farmer. Reed down the alley, takes a nice screen from Kroll, got both defenders hung up as Campese, nice hitch, got top side, but his shot went too high. And Kroll will pick this one up along the end line.
Yeah, nice move there from Campese. He was able to get his hands free. And a solid look for him there.
Doster Kroll dancing along the end line. Marks holding him back as he finds a nice pass cross field across to Luke Reed.
Yeah, there's a good look there for Reed. And that's sort of where you see the gravity that Doster Kroll commands. Great defense there, but since they were looking for an early slide, the skip pass was open.
So Kroll will take it off to the wing, give it off to Finnegan. Finnegan with an underhand pass out to Reed. It was a good look, but Reed's shot got eaten up in traffic. And Amaro looked to clear. He'll send it up the field to Adam Kim, the Quinnipiac commit. As he gets slipped up, Campese trying to check. And that's going to be a timeout from Coach Bobby Lutz with 1:11 left to go in this first half. New Canaan up 5-2. And Brendan, what have you seen from New Canaan that you really liked?
I think on the defensive side of the ball, they've been playing well. Greenwich has been able to generate some unsettled situations and get somewhat good looks, but whether it was goalkeeper play in Cam Lyden or close defenseman stepping up to make big plays like Dylan Stevens has done, they've been able to stay alive and only let 2 in so far in this one.
And then, for Greenwich, what do they have to improve on to get back into this one, right? Only 2 goals, and one of them coming on a man-up opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one thing that Greenwich is going to have to focus on a little bit more is settling the ball on the offensive end. They've had a lot of quick possessions, and that leads to their defense sort of being on the defensive side of the ball for a majority of this game so far, which will definitely get them tired out and not what you necessarily want to do. So I think for Greenwich, they should want to possess the ball a little bit more and generate some better looks.
Greenwich has the possession here with 1:11 left to go in this first half. Potentially they might just hold this one until about that, 20-second, 15-second mark. Then they attempt to dodge, maybe with a guy like Zeller, I would assume. Try to get a good look, a last-second look, and get within 2 going into half. That's a good place to be if you're Greenwich. As Zeller on the rollback, Hayes staying with him. Zeller winds up in his shot. Kick save by Lyden. You see that one typically in hockey, but that one, nice foot by Lyden. Now New Canaan with a 5-on-3 break. Cooper Smith off to Dosser Kroll inside. Garcia couldn't handle that pass. And Amaro will clear it for the Cardinals. Jake Duda up the middle of the field. So now 40 seconds left to go in the first half. They're going to settle it down with Duda. The short stick of Cooper Smith on him. Duda will hold this one probably for the last shot at, I would think, 20 seconds. They'll probably try to, engage the dodge, as that one's going to be Brescia. Tripped up. A nice check by Hayes, and he'll send that one out. Stevens, now Garcia running through the middle of the field. The New Canaan defense has kind of given up, and a 4-on-3 break for New Canaan. Out to Max Lowe, and Lowe finishes that one. Wow. A great 4-on-3 break. I think pretty much everyone left on the field thought that it was just going to end the first quarter, the first half. But Garcia was able to get out in transition and spark a 4-on-3 break, and no one came in to help for Greenwich. And Max Lowe was wide open on the doorstep, and that's a hat trick for him today.
Yeah, great end to the half there for the Rams. Garcia, who's been a great defensive midi all year long, able to show that he can play out in transition too and generate looks like he just did to end this first half.
So now, 3.9 seconds left to go. O'Neal will win that one, just kind of send it. I think Dosser Kroll was looking for a tip, but your score at the end of the first half is New Canaan 6, Greenwich 2. Great sequence to end that first half for New Canaan. And we'll be back to you with the second half very shortly.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor, Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor, Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands, and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company, serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NCTV78. And in order to watch our bi-weekly broadcasts, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at NCTV78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!
Back live for second half action from Dunning Stadium. Your score after the first half is New Canaan 6, Greenwich 2. And, you know, it's really been a runaway for New Canaan in this one. Playing very good on the offensive and defensive ends, as we're just about 90 seconds away from the start of one of these teams' final half of the 2024 season. We're going to take a look at some highlights. The other team will live to see another day, as this first one, the nice save from Amaro. And then that one, Doster Kroll's goal after he got topside versus Teddy Johnson. Now the man-up play, good save by Leiden. And after that, the clear by Roeder. Now Luke Reed's shot. That one's saved by Amaro again. He's kind of a little bit of an underrated player in this one, as Max Lowe buried that shot off the feed from Doster Kroll. That shot from Jimmy Flynn got past Leiden for Greenwich's first goal of the game. Doster Kroll's shot. That one saved by Amaro to basically end that first quarter. Then the second quarter, Leiden with the low save. Then that one from that shot from Farmer, great shot off of the assist from Berkey right on the ground. And the good defensive play, good slide from Stevens. Kroll capitalizing off the bad pass on the ride and netting that one for New Canaan. And this opportunity, good play, but that one was a flag against Greenwich. And then Finnegan had that shot on the resulting man up. Then Zeller got inside, and a good kick save by Leiden. And this one was Garcia's fast break to end the first half, where he found Max Lowe on the doorstep, and that increased the Ram lead to 4. So those were our first half highlights, as now the second half about to start here. New Canaan up by 4. And Brendan, what do you think this Greenwich team needs to do to get back into it?
Yeah, and as I said before that halftime break, I think that Greenwich has to possess the ball a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball. They've been playing defense for the majority of this game, I believe, and it's allowed for New Canaan to get a lot of shots and put in those 6 goals. So I think that Greenwich has to settle the ball a little bit more on offense and get some better looks in this second half to try to put a few more in and mount this comeback that they need to keep their season alive.
So O'Neill will face off once again against Lane Critchell. As now Critchell seemingly wins that one. Referee got in the way. Hayes picked it up, gave it off to Leiden. Leiden with the 4-on-3 break. Off to Kroll, down low, out in front, and Max Lowe buries that one on the doorstep. 10 seconds in for the Rams. They increase their lead to 7 off the face-off wing. Great play from Leiden to get out in front and conduct some offense with his long pole.
And that type of tic-tac-toe transition offense has been a highlight for the Rams all year long, and it was one right there. Leiden had a great handle, able to pass the across to Kroll, who was able to gain the assist to Max Lowe. He had a great finish there. Great transition play for the Rams.
Max Lowe gets his 4th goal of the day off of the assist from Doster Kroll, and then hockey assist from Bryce Leiden. 3 hockey players in the winter. Actually, all 3 were line mates this season for about the second half, I believe, as Kroll will give it up to Henry Laddick. Laddick to Cole Campese. Campese across to Finnegan. Finnegan fakes the shot behind to Max Lowe. Now Doster Kroll with the short stick, or sorry, the long stick of Adam Kim defending. Out in front, Max Lowe nearly had his 5th of the day. Then Luke Reed on the rebound had a great look, but Amaro with the even better save as Kroll gets under that one. Doster Kroll will settle it down for New Canaan, off to Colin Finnegan. Back to Doster Kroll, Michigan commit. Now with Finnegan behind to Max Lowe. Lowe to Campese. Campese to Kroll. Finnegan steps in, will take his defender, Teddy Johnson, to X. But actually, the switch comes from Coley Critchell. Now Campese to Kroll. Kroll with the no-look pass to Laddick. Now out in front, Reed's shot rings the post. The ball sent way in the air. Max Lowe will be back there to chase it. But that one is going to Greenwich. Or sorry, I think one referee signaled for it to go to Greenwich. One signaled for it to go New Canaan. Now the final ruling will be New Canaan. So Max Lowe will get this one. Give it off to Laddick. Laddick to Kroll up top. Doster Kroll kind of quarterbacking this offense in the second half. Playing a real up-top position as he catches that one and fires it. Doster Kroll with the hat trick. And New Canaan increases their lead now to 6.
Great skip pass there. And I feel like that whole possession, Doster Kroll was sort of waiting for that pass to come. He was up at the top of that formation with a short stick on him. He didn't really dodge. I believe it was Bowden Farmer who was on him, and instead waited for that skip pass to come and able to bury that shot.
So great shot from Kroll as he gets his 3rd of the day. And Doster Kroll and Max Lowe have combined for 7 of New Canaan's 8 goals in this one. The only other one coming from Colin Finnegan off of that man-up look. Kind of rounding out the first half, obviously, before Garcia's fast break to Max Lowe. That got him his 3rd. As Stevens will give it back to Jack Kroll. Jack Kroll across to Gray Tomasco. Tomasco makes a nice spin. And trying to dodge. Will take it in. Good trail check. But Tomasco, his shot rings the crossbar. Stevens will send it in. And New Canaan is really offsides here. Tomasco finally gets back. They were offsides for basically that whole time. Referees were paying attention to Tomasco as his shot ringed the crossbar there. We saw him taking step downs before warm-ups today, him and Will Hayes, as Tomasco's shot nearly got by. Kroll to Campese. Campese will settle it down, off to Finnegan, back to Campese. Finnegan will now send it across to Max Lowe. Lowe back to Finnegan. Now Doster Kroll off to Henry Laddick on the wing. Laddick with the short stick. Not a matchup you want to see as Laddick buries that one. Henry Laddick with the goal. And New Canaan increases their lead now to 7 off of the great hitch from Laddick. He gets top side and buries it past Alon Amaro.
Oh, great dodge there from Henry Laddick. He has the hitch, has the defender bite, able to get top side, and all he needs from there is about a step or two, and he's able to bury that shot. Great take from Laddick there.
So Laddick with his first on the day. And that one was just a great move against the short stick of Lucas Marks. You can't put a short stick on Henry Laddick, especially not from the wing or anywhere in close. So Laddick, I mean, he's an attackman during the summer season as Kroll sends a shot wide. But Laddick, you know, the Rams really, when they put him out there, they've got 4 attackmen on the field, maybe even 5 if you run a guy like Rogan Lowe or Colin Finnegan at the midfield. So not much you can do to stop him as Finnegan will give it up top to Campese. Cole Campese will hold this one, defended by Teddy Johnson. Luke Reed seemingly being locked off here. by Bowden Farmer. Sorry, no, that's actually Jimmy Flynn. I was only able to see the 5. Looked like there might have been a second number there. This Campese will send it off to Finnegan. Finnegan with the toe drag, rolls back. Flag flies. He's still got the ball. Gets it out to Campese. Campese with a nice move and a bouncer from Campese. He had the look, just bounced a little too high the cage. That's going to be a slash against Johnson, it looks like. And now New Canaan will go man up for the second time today. The man up unit consisting of Max Lowe, Rogan Lowe, Doster Kroll, Henry Laddick, Cole Campese, and Colin Finnegan. Max Lowe will start in the left alley. Up top to Campese, to Kroll, to Laddick. New Canaan looking to get a cycle going here. As Kroll with the fake and spinning pass off to Finnegan, and Finnegan buries that one. Top left side, offside from Amaro. And Finnegan increases the Rams' lead now to 9. New Canaan just firing on all cylinders here in the second half.
Yeah, and that was a great man-up look there. You see Doster Kroll fakes the pass, spins around, and then Finnegan's open on the backside because of Henry Laddick and Rogan Lowe both set screens, which lets Colin Finnegan be wide open, low to high, buries that one top shelf.
So now Lane Critchell not playing face-off anymore. You've got number 17, Dylan Bodoff out there for Greenwich. That one goes out along the end line. Max Lowe there to back it up for New Canaan. And Lowe will have it defended by Weeksner. Now Laddick up top with just about 6:50 left to go in this third quarter of the CIAC state quarterfinal. New Canaan well on their way to the semifinal, spot where they weren't able to prevail last year as Luke Reed steps in, rolls off, gives it off to Campese. Campese takes a screen from Finnegan, gives it down low to Laddick. Now out in front, ball loose on the ground, picked up by Marks. Lucas Marks makes a move. Nice job to pull it back. Tries to get by Laddick, and I think we've got a timeout from Coach Bobby Lutz and the Greenwich Cardinals with 6:13 left to go in this third quarter. New Canaan playing fabulous. I don't even think we've seen an offensive possession for Greenwich at all. Just about halfway through this quarter, it's really been all New Canaan so far.
Absolutely, and this has been a great start to the second half for the Rams. A problem that a lot of good lacrosse teams in this region have is sometimes after a strong first half, they sort of settle down and can't really thrive in that second half. But that is not a problem that the Rams have had so far this season, and it's definitely not a problem today. And it's interesting to see that not only are they maintaining their play from the first half, but they're even excelling into this second half, which is definitely a good thing to see if you're a Rams fan, not only for this game, but potentially for the rest of these state playoffs.
So the winner of this one, like we said earlier, will face off against the Darien Blue Wave. And, you know, it looks like it's going to be New Canaan right now. That's going to be a fabulous game at a neutral site, I believe, next Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. It's the time still to be determined on that one as we take another look. The highlights so far in this third quarter. It's going to be Kroll, that nice spinning pass to Laddick. Finnegan faked the pass to Laddick, got it to Finnegan. And Finnegan with 2 goals in this one, both coming on man-up opportunities for New Canaan. As now Jimmy Flynn take this one across the midline. Look to get it in touch, defended by Thomas Garcia. Now with Zeller. Colin Zeller up top. Hayes staying with him. The early slide from Tomasco. leaves Duda open in the middle of the field. That one goes out of bounds.
And that's that rotation from the New Canaan's defense. They're able to slide without much worry because they know they have that help from the other close defenders there. He was open for a second on the crease, but then I believe it was Stevens that was able to come across and not let that opportunity succeed.
So Flynn rolls back. Early slide from Stevens. The Rams leave a guy open as Brescia will just pick it up right outside the box, defended by Tomasco. Now Zeller dodging down the alley. The shot way wide, looked like a little bit of a trail check from Hayes. And it'll be Dean Kim who will pick this one up at X, defended by Bryce Lyden. Long pass to Jake Duda. Duda looks to dodge on Ireland. Now to Brescia, defended by Tomasco. Tomasco recently named USA Lacrosse Magazine Player of the Month for the Northeast region couple weeks ago after his return in that Darien game. Zeller up top, defended by Hayes. Now with Flynn, Garcia playing defense on him. Stevens with the early slide, and good interception by Tomasco, causing that turnover. Now Lyden through the midfield. Bryce Lyden will settle it down to Garcia.
Great interception there from Kim. The LSM comes flying down, able to pick that pass off.
Kim gives it way across the field to Weixner. Bad pass to Zeller, and New Canaan will pick this one right back up.
Yeah, that type of sloppy turnover gives even more time of possession to the Rams, who have been strong on the offensive side of the ball this half. I mean, when you get these types of opportunities, you got to be able to clear the ball and settle it on offense, but the Cardinals aren't able to do it there.
So now it'll be Finnegan who tries to get top side on Adam Kim. Swing it across to Cole Campisi, defended by Coley Critchell. Now it's Teddy Johnson.
Wednesday the 12th at 10 a.m., 10 or 10:30. Wednesday the 12th.
Campisi will retreat. Look to dodge on Johnson. Both sophomores, two standout guys. Definitely going to be players to look for in the nation, really. Two of the top players come their senior year. As Max Lowe will dodge from X. Give it up top to Finnegan. Finnegan will roll back. Give it off to Luke Reed. Reed dodging on Coley Critchell. Takes a screen from Laddick. Gets a little bit of room. Give it off to Finnegan. Finnegan to Max Lowe. Campisi to Laddick. Laddick dodging down the alley. Off to Finnegan. Finnegan will take it around. And the backhand shot will go out. Luckily for New Canaan, Dosterkroll will be back there to pick it up. Defended by George Weixner. Now to Finnegan. Finnegan up top to Laddick. Laddick through to Campisi. Now Kroll with his hands free shot. Goes out of play off the save by Amaro. Max Lowe will be back there to back it up for New Canaan. With nearly 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter.
Now we see the short stick George Volakis face guarding Kroll.
As the shot from Reed straight to the stick of Amaro.
I'll tell you, that girl
As Alon Amaro having a pretty good game. Obviously, nothing compared to that first game that he played in the rain against New Canaan. Probably, best game of his career, I would have to guess.
and it was one of those things where
As that one, I mean, he wasn't able to
take her out and have to worry about it.
completely finish it, but
But it was a good test for him.
it was still a very good game from him. Just needed some more support on the offensive side from Greenwich, as they need that here too. With Jimmy Flynn trying to dodge on Cole Campisi. I'm sure the Rams getting ready to slide early, as Tomasco did so. Got tripped up, and the shot saved by Jack Kroll. That shot from Mike Brescia. As Kroll will send it across to Bryce Leiden. Back to Jack Kroll. Now with Braden Roby. Roby up the field to Laddick. Laddick sends it down to Doster Kroll. As bad pass to Max Lowe will go out of play. And Greenwich will pick it up with 47.8 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Canaan up by 10-2. It'll be Alana Morrow. Sends it off to Zeller. Zeller couldn't corral that pass. And now Will Hayes with the fast break. Hayes rips that one and gets it to go past Amaro. Will Hayes with the late goal. And New Canaan increases their lead to 9.
Yeah, Will Hayes has been a threat on the offensive side of the ball, even though he's an LSM in transition. Plays just like that. He's able to get his hands free, and he has one of, if not the fastest shot on this New Canaan roster. And you're able to see it there, able to get it past Morrow.
Now we'll see Jackson Roeder taking the spot of Hayes at LSM. Roeder, a guy with good stick skills. As Hayes probably tired after that last shot. Now Lane Critchell back in at the faceoff dot. And Greenwich, new look here for them. You've got goalie 31, Jack Hamill, in between the pipes now. Amaro not having his best game. And Greenwich needs a little bit of a boost if they want to get back in this one. Flag flies. And that's going to be on JT O'Neill. Is Cooper Smith defending on Bowden Farmer. That will do it for your third quarter. Your score is New Canaan 11, Greenwich 2. And the Rams just playing well on the offensive and defensive end. But the Cardinals will start with a man-up opportunity. I believe that one's going to be for a minute on the slash. And Greenwich, they're probably, weakest part of this game has been the face-off dot, which now they get to forego and just get automatic possession here off of the slash from O'Neill. As we take a look at our third quarter highlights. First, that one, Leiden faked the shot off that opening fast break. Max Lowe buried that one. And then Doster Kroll looked inside to Luke Reed. Even better save by Alana Morrow. Now that one out inside. It was a nice shot, but even better save once again by Amaro. He played pretty well throughout those first three quarters. Kroll's shot there went by. And then the shot by Laddick, that's his goal of the day. The spinning pass from Kroll across to Finnegan, and Finnegan buried that one top shelf. Colin Finnegan having himself a day after that first quarter double hat trick in that opening round against Bristol. And now the fourth quarter just about to get underway. Buchanan will be man down here. That man down unit staying the same for the Rams. Or actually, sorry, it's a little different. You got a different look out there. Stevens will be out in place of Bryce Leiden. It will be Bryce Leiden, Gray Tomasco, Braden Roby, Jackson Roeder, and Will Sullivan, along with Jack Kroll in between the pipes for the Rams. As the ball will start up top with Colin Zeller. Winner of this one goes to face off against the Darien Blue Wave in the state semifinal. It's the start of the fourth quarter here from Dunning Stadium. Buchanan 11, Greenwich 2. As Dean Kim steps in, gives it off to Brescia. Now Zeller to Borelli. Borelli holding this one. Will look down low to Farmer. Farmer across to Berkey. Now up top. Zeller steps in. Roby playing good defense on him, and Dean Kim with the shot, and he rips that one top shelf. Greenwich gets back on the board here, draws first blood in the first quarter, or in the fourth quarter. Their first goal of the second half, and they cut the New Canaan lead down to 8. The shot from Dean Kim, the assist from Colin Zeller.
Yeah, great look there for the Cardinals. That's their second man-up goal of this game. And in both of these goals, it was when they fed it onto the crease. The first time it was from the ground bounce pass from, I believe it was Berkey. And then that one, he was able to finish himself on the crease. Solid man-up from the Cardinals so far this game.
So now the ball loose on the ground, picked up by Critchell. Whistles blow. That's going to be a timeout from Coach Bobby Lutz. And that'll be Greenwich's second timeout of this half. And Coach Bobby Lutz definitely got to talk his game plan over with his team, or else this will be the last 11-11 of their season. They're not able to do so. Buchanan playing well this whole first half. And Brendan, what do you expect from this Greenwich team?
Yeah, and I think at this point it's time to almost feel a little bit desperate as we take another look from this man-up goal that they just had. Able to find the man on the crease, and he's able to finish up high, get it past Jack Kroll. But I think for the rest of this one, Greenwich has really got to push the tempo as much as possible and, just try to gain some momentum to try to mount a comeback. But we'll see what they're able to do for the rest of this fourth quarter.
So the winner of this one, once again, playing the Darien Blue Wave in the state semifinal. That one sure to be a good one, especially if it's a rivalry matchup between the New Canaan Rams and the Blue Wave. The Rams and the Wave last year both not able to prevail in the state semifinal, but one of them will this year if the Rams make it there, as it'll be Teddy Johnson will send it off to Jack Hamill. Hamill looks up the field to Jake Duda, high point pass, but he's able to catch it as Roby couldn't hit the overhead. Now out in front, and that shot by Berkey, saved on the doorstep by Jack Kroll.
That's just an unbelievable save from Kroll there. I mean, when you get a look from right on the crease and no one on you, you expect that one to go in every time, but you can't do that when you have a goalie as good as Jack Kroll in that he's able to make that save.
Kroll read him like a book, and then Garcia out in front. That one saved by Hamill. So back and forth goalie play here as Marks drops that ball off of the wrap check by Sullivan. Now Roby can't pick it up. Ball loose on the ground. Still loose, picked up by Sullivan now. He's got Tomasco, gives it off to him. Great Tomasco out in transition. Oh, high pass, couldn't find Rogan Lowe. And Coach Hawtaw not happy about that one. He had a good look for Rogan Lowe, but just way high. As Hamill looks to clear this one now. Jack Hamill walking it up, trying to find Zeller. Does so. Hayes down low with him as he meets Max Lowe. Lowe, a brick wall there, got the swim move, but not after getting held up for a little bit. Is now Jimmy Flynn, defended by Will Sullivan. Flynn looking to dodge on Sullivan on the wing. Goes along GLE, looks behind to Brescia. The shot looked like it might have gotten eaten up by Bryce Lyden. Loose on the ground. They're going to say it's a loose ball push against Lyden, and Brescia is going to start with it. Or sorry, actually, that's going to be Duda. My apologies. There's Jake Duda taking it behind. Takes a couple of slap checks from Lyden. Good double team from Garcia. Tried to dislodge that ball as Flynn will take Sullivan up top. Sullivan forces him back to his left hand. Flynn doesn't want to go. And now he gets top side with his right, but Sullivan forces him back to the left. Good defense by Sullivan as Hayes gets that one. We'll just pull it off, and New Canaan looks to clear. Hayes up the field to Tomasco. Tomasco trying to get the spin on Brescia. Brescia lost the stick. Nearly looked like he kind of threw it at him. As we've got a timeout from Coach Chip Buzzio for the Rams. And the Rams look to just settle this one down with 8:24 left in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and now that they're up 8 goals, as you said, about 8 minutes left in this fourth, you really want to slow it down, try to keep possession for as long as possible, not only to maintain this win, but also to build those habits that Chip Buzzio really harps on all year long. Late game scenarios, especially when you're winning, that could be something that comes back in the later rounds of these state playoffs. And so definitely something to practice to sort of gain some experience on to finish off this game.
So the Rams up by 8 with 8:24 left to go, well on their way to face off against rival Darien, the Blue Wave. Is that sure to be a good one? The site still to be determined. That one going to be next Wednesday. And then, reigning state champion, the Staples Wreckers, fell today at the hands of the Ridgefield Tigers. That one also an interesting look. Staples was playing very, very well, especially in that FCIAC playoffs. And then they fall in states. A lot of people at the start of the season were anticipating them to maybe possibly three-peat. Those hopes do not work out as Laddick will take this one in. And it looks like Greenwich trying to lock off with both their short sticks here. It's going to be Doster Kroll and Luke Reed being locked off. Greenwich just trying to play with the poles as Campese will take it down, give it behind to Rogan Lowe. Lowe to Laddick. Laddick gets top side. Weeksner defending now with Kroll. Doster Kroll dodging on Marks. Will find Laddick. Laddick winds up, and good save by Hamill. Rogan Lowe on the chase will get this one. Dump it off to Doster Kroll. Kroll dodging on Marks. Now Weeksner on him. Weeksner sends a poke. Kroll will just send this one out into the alley with Campese. Campese takes a nice screen from Laddick. Campese with top side, time and room. Rips that one. Bottom right side. And Cole Campese with his first on the day. Getting a nice goal for New Canaan and potentially the dagger for the Rams.
Absolutely. Great take there from Cole Campese, able to get top side. And that was another screen assist, as they say, from Henry Laddick. Sort of eats up the defender, which allows Cole Campese to get an extra step. And that's all he really needs. Gets his hands free. And as PJU said, he was able to bury that one.
So now the Rams with 6 goal scorers on the day. And Doster Kroll and Max Lowe combining for 7 of their 12 goals. Other than that, it's Colin Finnegan with 2, Cole Campese with 1, Henry Laddick with 1, and then Will Hayes with 1, his own. Is now Bowden Farmer. Or sorry, that is not Bowden Farmer, actually. That's number 26, Chris Maracio. Colin Zeller. Hayes defending. Now with Farmer. Now Adam Kim. Or sorry, that's Dean Kim. Defended by Braden Roby. Back behind with Farmer. Out in the alley to Mauricio. This one with Brescia. Back up top with Brescia. Now to Mauricio, defended by Garcia. Hayes with the overhead, and Will Hayes gets the overhead check on Colin Zeller. He'll give it off to Jack Kroll. Kroll up the field to Gray Tomasco. Tomasco, the diving attempt by Brescia. Now Doster Kroll, defended by Weeksner, will get it in touch, take a screen from Beckett Burley, and Doster Kroll through the 5-hole of Jack Hamill. Extends the Rams' lead to 10.
Yeah, great performance today from Doster Kroll. He's able to put in another goal. 5-hole, beats his defender and opens up, and it's a great finish there from Kroll. As we see a few changes here for the New Canaan Rams. At the attack, you have Rogan Lowe, Beckett Burley, and sophomore Finn Roeder.
Yeah, interesting here. Rams looking to get some guys. They're probably, what one would have guessed, their final minutes of the season with a matchup with rival Darien Blue Wave awaiting. Kieran Shin wins that face-off. Will take it in, give it off to Rogan Lowe, up by 10. Lowe will take it behind, defended by Coley Critchell. Now with Weeksner. Weeksner defending on Finn Roeder. Up top to his brother Hayden.
4 goals, 4 assists. You got 8.
Hayden Roeder to Scanziano.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Scanziano back to Roeder. Now with Matt Reed. Reed taking it down low.
That's a good afternoon.
Matt Reed defended by Mateo Supio, the Greenwich senior. Now Weeksner switches on to him. Finn Roeder can't handle the pass. Gets tipped away by Adam Kim, goes out of play. And Roeder will retain possession for New Canaan. In the alley, Finn Roeder with the spin. Trying to get top side. We'll pull it out. We go back down the alley. Takes a screen from Burley. Roeder still with the ball. Although Kim playing very aggressive on him. Roeder spins away. Fakes the flip to Matt Reed. And will settle down the offense up top. Gets a screen from his brother Hayden. And the overhead check by Adam Kim. Gets the turnover for the Cardinals. And now it'll be Thomas Yabera who will take it in. Give it off to Brescia. Brescia defended by Roby. Braden Roby defending the Boston U commit. Now it's Zeller defended by Bryce Lyden. Back with Zeller. Now up top with Duda. Duda defended by Thomas Garcia. Duda down the alley. Passes it behind to Berkey. Or sorry, that's not Berkey actually. That's Borelli. As Jackson Roeder was on him. Now Flynn. That shot by Flynn saved by Jack Kroll after he got by Will Sullivan. Now Ryan Leahy looking up the field. Will give it back to Kroll. Leahy sent to the ground by Brescia. Looks like some frustration by him. Obviously the last moments of this season. Brescia, though, only a junior, so he'll be back for another year.
On Wednesday. Okay. 3 o'clock. Got it.
As Sullivan
No, I think the girls
gives it down to Rogan Lowe.
The boys still to be
Nobody knows
determined.
when they're playing yet.
Nobody knows
because
when.
the high seeds get to pick, and it's a doubleheader.
Got it.
I think that's at Fairfield University as well.
Rogan
I
Lowe
know what time we're playing. I think the games are 4:30.
down to
and
Finn
7
Roeder.
You say it's at Fairfield University?
at Fairfield University.
Roeder will pull it out.
I'll just say
Give it off to his brother Hayden.
I'm pretty sure. I know the girls on it. So that's why I think we moved it.
Hayden
decided to
Roeder
get the girls there because
to Rogan Lowe. Lowe with the wraparound shot goes out of play. And Jack Hamill will win the chase. for the Cardinals. Now he'll send it up to Ybarra. Ybarra with Hayden Roeder in pursuit, stays with him along the midline. He gets tripped up, flag flies. Hayden Roeder will pick it up. Didn't look like it was really too much of a flag, but they're going to give it to Greenwich, as I think Hayden Roeder will go off to the box here for the Rams. As Luke Frame, only a very short stint on the field for him, with a minute on this penalty. That will take it down to 58 seconds, bearing a goal by the Cardinals, as Zeller will restart this one up top. Colin Zeller. Now to Brescia. Off to Dean Kim. Back up top with Brescia. Now inside. Berkey loses the ball. Still loose on the ground. Leahy went for the overhead. Great save by Jack Kroll off the shot from Andrew Borelli, the senior. As Borelli takes it back in, gives it off to Dean Kim. Up top with Brescia. To Berkey, back to Brescia. Now it's Zeller. Brescia off to Zeller. Zeller fakes the pass, gives it up top to Brescia. Now down low, Bowden Farmer had an opportunity. Will chase it out of bounds, but that one is going to New Canaan with 13 seconds left to kill. Will Sullivan will come and pick this one up. Look to potentially clear this one himself. Still has it. Now dumps it back off to Jack Kroll. Kroll walking up. Sends it across to Leahy. Ryan Leahy through the middle of the field. Couldn't find anyone. Luckily for him, Rogan Lowe gets that ball. Still loose on the ground. Still loose. Finn Roeder looks like he's going to pick this one up and settle it down for New Canaan.
40 seconds left in this one. Looks like the Rams are going to continue their season, continue their playoff push, as Rogan Lowe is not able to finish that one.
So Lowe's wraparound look goes out of play. And New Canaan will go on the man up for what basically will do the rest of this game away. Beckett Burley will stay out on the man up. For the Rams, it'll be Burley, Finn Roeder, Hayden Roeder, Luke Reed, Matt Reed. The Rams still missing one. Not sure if they know. They're just going to hold this one. Hey, Luke Reed. 10 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. And the Rams will move on to the CIAC state semifinal for the Class L division, where they will face off against arch rival, the Darien Blue Wave. That one is coming Wednesday. The time and location still to be determined. But the Rams will move on. Greenwich, that's going to do it for their season. A good season for them. And New Canaan will move on. So, Brendan, what do you see from the Rams that really stood out to you that you think, they should carry over into the next matchup against the Darien Blue Wave?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the main thing here was the defense really stepped up today. New Canaan's defense has been great all season, despite a few rough games, specifically that game against Staples. It's great to see that they're able to rebound, hold this Greenwich team to only 3 goals. Great play from both goalies. That's definitely something that's going to have to continue if they want to beat Darien in the semifinals like they did earlier in the regular season. This defense has been great all year, and it was great today as well.
So the Rams will advance to the the CIAC state semifinal for the Class L division. And before we go, we like to give a special thank you to obviously you guys, our viewers, and our crew today. You've got Anav Sahai on graphics, John Frieders, our replay man. You've got Charlie Place and Catherine Evans on camera, our producer Ethan Bonner, and for Brendan Bailey, myself, PJ Neville, we'd like to also give a special shout out actually before I go to Athletic Director Jay Egan and NCTV Advisor Roman Cebulski. This has been PJ Neville, Brendan Bailey, and we'll see you guys next time.
Enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks, guys. See you hopefully Wednesday.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor, Frangio Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Franjo and Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NCTV78. And in order to watch our bi-weekly broadcasts, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel also at NCTV78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!